Welcome to Dinar Current, your go-to channel for real updates on Iraq's financial future. A significant shift has just taken place in Iraq's economic reform journey. The Iraqi Gazette, Baghdad's official publication for legal decrees, has now published a groundbreaking law called the Four-Phase Currency Exchange Act. This new legal development, long anticipated by investors, economists, and currency watchers, transforms years of speculation into concrete policy. For those in the US and elsewhere closely monitoring the Iraqi dinar IQD and its potential for a revaluation RV, this legislative move represents one of the clearest indicators yet that Iraq is actively restructuring its financial system. However, instead of jumping to conclusions, let's break down what the law actually states, and what each of its 4 stages means for Iraqis and international holders of the dinar. Small Diamond Phase 1. Redefining what qualifies as exchangeable currency. The first step in this law establishes a clear framework for what is considered legal, exchangeable currency in Iraq. This includes new, strict definitions and requirements that a currency, especially the dinar, must meet to be eligible for formal exchange. These requirements cover how currency is issued, the type of backing it must have, and how the Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) regulates it. This aligns Iraq's standards with those of international financial institutions like the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and Bank for International Settlements (BIS). For dinar holders abroad, including in the US, this phase is a significant step toward international acceptance and legitimacy, necessary prerequisites if the dinar is to be revalued or redenominated in a way that is globally recognized. Small Diamond Phase 2, establishing a regulated process to adjust the dinar's value. The second component of the law outlines a transparent and rule-based process that the CBI must follow to change the dinar's exchange rate. This isn't just bureaucracy, it's about trust. Under the new law, any adjustment to the currency's value must follow a documented, accountable path. This includes early public announcements, proper documentation, and coordination with global financial organizations like the IMF. These changes must be made public through official platforms such as the Iraqi Gazette, CBI's website, and international financial news outlets. While this doesn't guarantee an immediate RV, it legalizes the process and ensures any future change will be done openly and in cooperation with international norms, not behind closed doors. Small Diamond Phase 3, opening legal channels for international IQD transactions. This phase focuses on international cooperation and accessibility. The law lays out how banks, foreign exchange platforms, and financial institutions around the world can handle the Iraqi dinar legally and transparently. It sets reporting rules, verification protocols, and even prepares for future technology integrations such as blockchain and digital ledgers. The aim: to make it possible for US and global banks to deal in the dinar without violating regulations. For overseas holders, this could eventually make dinar conversion and exchange safe, simple, and fully legal once the infrastructure is fully implemented. Small Diamond Phase 4, cracking down on fraud and market manipulation. The final part of the law targets Iraq's long-standing issues with counterfeit currency and black market trading. The legislation introduces strict compliance standards, thorough auditing, and the creation of a regulatory authority with real enforcement power. Financial institutions handling dinar must now meet serious reporting obligations. Violations could result in penalties ranging from hefty fines to license suspension or even criminal prosecution. This proves Iraq is serious about regaining global trust. Without credible enforcement and anti-fraud protections, financial reforms are unlikely to be taken seriously. Now, with enforceable laws, Iraq is making it clear that it intends to build a more stable, credible financial future. Anti-clockwise arrows: redenomination versus revaluation. Understanding the difference. One of the most misunderstood concepts in the currency world is redenomination. Many people confuse it with devaluation, but they are not the same. Redenomination is purely numerical. It alters how currency values are represented without affecting actual purchasing power. For instance, replacing a 25,000 Iraqi dinars note with a new 25 Iraqi dinars note of the same real value. This change is part of simplifying Iraq's financial system, reducing confusion, and boosting transparency. It's a step often taken by countries leaving behind inflation and moving toward a more stable economic era. If you hold dinar abroad, rest assured, redenomination won't erase your value. Instead, it shows Iraq is ready to modernize its economy and make financial matters easier to understand for its citizens. Loudspeaker educating the public, a nationwide awareness campaign. Reform doesn't end with legislation. Iraq has rolled out a countrywide campaign to educate its citizens about the new currency law and what redenomination means. Through TV, radio, printed materials, and in-person meetings, even in remote areas, the government is ensuring everyone gets the message. The campaign is multilingual, delivered in local dialects, and supported by respected community figures. This isn't just about information, it's about participation. The goal is to build an aware, informed population that's less vulnerable to scams and more involved in shaping Iraq's economic future. The world is taking notice. As news of this law spreads, the global financial community is starting to reconsider Iraq's economic standing. Gulf banks, Asian investment groups, and international institutions are watching Iraq closely. One big reason, Iraq's foreign currency reserves are at their highest level in over 2 decades, thanks to responsible oil exports and improved fiscal policies. This gives Iraq the strength to implement reforms without risky borrowing or external bailouts. For investors, that sends a strong signal. Iraq isn't just talking about reform, it has the resources to make it happen. Check mark from speculation to action, the transformation has begun. For years, the Iraqi dinar has been the subject of rumors, hope, and guesswork. Now, for the first time, there's a concrete, legal roadmap in place. Government ministries are collaborating, banks are updating their systems, educational programs are reaching the masses. The shift is no longer theoretical, it's underway. No one can predict exactly when a revaluation might occur, but what we do know is this: Iraq now has a government-backed, enforceable, internationally recognized framework to guide the process. That changes everything. Magnifying glass final thought: be smart, stay informed. So, is the Iraqi dinar going to RV tomorrow and make everyone rich? No, not immediately. But this law brings structure, accountability, and global legitimacy to the process. That matters. It doesn't mean overnight wealth. But it does show that the long wait for some is finally being validated through real, legal change. Here's what you should do. Checkmark stick to official announcements from the CBI and Ministry of Finance. Checkmark avoid shady dealers and so-called private rates. Checkmark stay clear of the hype. Checkmark focus on real information, not rumors. Iraq is rising again, one law, one reform, one step at a time. And for those paying attention, today's groundwork could shape tomorrow's opportunities. Like and subscribe to stay informed as this historic economic shift unfolds.